Hey guys, are you a big person? So am I. Let's go bike shopping. Hey guys, it's Dave from Dave's Dimension back again for another video. Back again out here with Mrs. Dimension. We are at, well, let me show you guys. We are out here at Burt's Bikes and Fitness in Orchard Park, New York, just outside of Buffalo. So I came here today to look at the Aventon Adventure 2. We're at Burt's Bikes. I looked at the Aventon Adventure 2 in person, tried it out myself, and it looks like that's what we're going to wind up getting. We placed the order today. It'll be coming probably in another 2.5 weeks. We even looked at a few potential possibilities for next year for Mrs. Dimension. Smile. Said smile.
It was.
So we did. We also spoke to a very awesome guy named Jim, and we're going to check out what he had to say about the Aventon and also for bike buying for big guys. Let's go. And here we are at Burt's Bikes. Speaking to Jim here, he's going to give us a quick breakdown on what, as a big guy, are you looking for on a bike, and particularly an e-bike.
How's it going, guys? My name's Jim. Like you said, when you're looking for a bike that's going to be able to hold a bigger person, you're going to be looking for things that are better quality builds. You're going to be looking for a wider rim that's going to be able to hold more weight to it, and then usually a thicker frame. You really want to make sure you're not breaking these spokes, unscrewing these rims. So that's something you're going to be looking for. If you're looking for a nice beginner e-bike, the Aventon Adventure is going to be a great option for you. It's going to be that sub $2,000 price point, which is great. Really get you out in the world, get you out riding, get you working towards goals that you might have in place. With this, it's going to have the torque sensor, which is a great addition to the machine. It'll allow you to have a little more control over that throttle when you're in the woods or when you're going around people on the sidewalk, which is an awesome feature. You're also going to have a locking front suspension here, so you can unlock it when you're off-roading. You can lock it up when you're on the road, get a little more efficiency out of it, and have a more comfortable ride.
Now, why don't you tell everyone the difference between a cadence sensor and a torque sensor?
So a cadence sensor is going to basically tell you that you're pedaling the bike, and it's going to tell the motor to kick on and kind of boost you up to that top speed as fast as it can. When you go to an actual torque sensor, it accounts the pressure that you're putting into the pedal, and it gives you an equal amount or greater on the back wheel with the motor. So you get a lot more control over that torque. So that's something you're going to be looking for. As the technology gets better, the ride gets better on these bikes, and that's a really good jump in the quality of the ride.
Now, you were saying before about for larger people, good fat tire bike. What are some other bikes we can also look at? Some other options?
Sure. You're going to look for anything. These are a great one by Giant. Anything that's going to have these bigger rims. These are meant to hold a higher weight capacity. And whether or not you are a larger rider, they're a ton of fun to ride when you have these big tires. You can really get into the nitty-gritty, go off-road with them. But these are going to be able to hold the higher end weight capacities. They're meant to have racks on them anyway, so you'll be able to really tool them up for your ride.
Okay. Now, what about some of the cruiser style bikes?
Some of the cruiser style bikes are going to work, but you're going to have to be conscientious of the weight limits on the rims. So you're going to have to do things to alter them for you, like get a stronger rim, a double wall rim, or stronger spokes for that. Your dealership or the salesperson working with you should be able to help you figure out what's going to work for you. And they kind of go case by case. So as you get into it and you get learning about them, they'll be able to help you pick the right bike for you.
Okay. Now, you suggested the Aventon Adventure. And primarily, what would you say are the best pluses for, because obviously I'm a person who is in a north 300s, closer to 400. For someone who's a larger weight, let's say 350 and above, what are the crucial points other than the, obviously the larger wheels, the reinforced, because they're not necessarily reinforced, but they distribute the weight out evenly, right, if you said.
Yeah, so the biggest wheels are really the most important one, and then just the quality of the frame. If you get on a lower quality frame, you're going to be breaking welds. That's more uncommon, but you will be able to get a better stretch, a better fit. You want to have a good extension on the pedals so that it's comfortable for you to ride, so that you actually want to ride the bike and get your use out.
And why don't you, if you don't mind, showing us how this actually works? Because this is an e-bike, guys. So we get a battery right there.
Hit this for the battery. You're going to hit up here for your center to turn it on. she'll spring to life. This is going to note what level of assist you're in, and then as you go up, it'll give you more or less power. So this will dictate how much power comes out of the motor versus the power you're putting in at the crank. And then this is your throttle, so you go ahead and hit that. The wheels zip along, brake lights, and then a hydraulic disc brake right there.
Did you guys catch that? There is a throttle on here, so you can use that. Let's say you're an asthmatic, someone with pulmonary issues, maybe you just burnt out your pedaling for the day, but you need to get home, you can do the throttle. You don't have to use the throttle, but it's there if we need it. Like maybe for steep inclines, things of that nature. But he said about the torque sensor, that's going to give you more of an even workout. Is that correct?
Yeah, it'll give you more control over what this motor's doing as opposed to just kicking on when you're pedaling. A real good thing about the e-bikes is that they give you exercise under your control. If you decide to go for a mile ride and you couldn't have made it, you don't have to worry about that ride back. You can go out as far as you can on the pedals and then kind of e-bike back and do a cool down as you get back. So it's a real good way to get you out in the world, get you out traveling without obligating you to that full ride.
And of course, we still have your average shifter right here.
You do, you'll have the double trigger shifter on this one. So away from you to go down towards you to go back. And then you'll have hydraulic disc brakes on this as well. It'll give you the stopping power for this bike. It weighs almost 80 pounds, so you're gonna want a little more brake.
And that's right, guys. There's brake lights on here. There's even turn signals.
There is turn signals. So turn signals are a great feature they added on the 2. They also added lights onto each side, which is nice, and a derailleur guard. So if you do have to lay it down, you don't have to worry about that.
Now what he's talking about is this right here. So if you lay your bike down or if it falls down and hits something, it protects the derailleur right here, guys. So that's a nice safety feature on these bikes right now. Now just to give you guys a nice little quick overview, it's basically just like your regular mountain bike or cruiser bike, except we got a little display here, which can track your speed, your miles, your trips. You have your controls right here, your throttle right here, regular handbrakes, your shifter. It's not that much more complicated, except you just have, it's a little bit bigger bike and also it's heavier. How much is this bike?
You're going to be right around 80 pounds with this bad boy, so
80 pounds.
You got a car rack to hold it, or you got a truck to put it in, and that it's something that you can move around. You don't want to see somebody get into too much bike and have it get away from you.
So it is a heavier bike, but there's a lot more you can do with this. I've seen people do off-roading with these bikes, just city cruising, commuting from point A to point B, and I've never been a fender person, but that's why I'm going with this one. So if I'm commuting and I'm going through some puddles, I don't have to worry about my clothes getting splashed up. But this bike is the Aventon Adventure 2. This is not the exact bike I'm getting. I'm getting a different version of this bike, but I will be getting the Adventure 2 in blue, the step through. This is the step over because it has the bar here. And of course you got the nice Aventon branding right there. They come in a variety of colors. And like you said, go to your local dealers, your local bike shops to look into what's going to be the best fit for you guys. Now also, as a big person, I can definitely appreciate the slightly wider seat here. It looks a little bit flatter, but like you said, Jim, you were saying before that you prefer your bicyclists, your customers to start out with the stock.
Yeah, start out with your stock seats and your stock pedals. Take that first long ride and really see what's going to work for you. You got to come back with some feedback so that the person selling you the bike and helping lead you to the right seat knows where your issue is. If you're chafing or if you're having some soreness, and that can kind of dictate what seat they're going to lead you towards, which is really important. So ride them with what they have on them, come back, let them give you the second ride after they have their feedback and get you onto the right products to help you.
And also guys, it's not one size fits you all. If you notice here, this is the large and there is a regular, so they do have different sizing here. But we decided on the large for me because my height, I'm 6 foot, right between 370, 380 pounds right now. So this is going to be the best bet for me. And this is only priced at $18.99 before taxes, which is a lot easier than some other bike shops I recently went through. Definitely do your research, guys. Look around, check out different places. But this has been the Aventon Adventure 2. Because this is we got the one over here, some subtle differences. But yeah, if you're a larger guy, the wider wheelbase, the larger wheels, the bigger tires are definitely going to help you out. And the motor is self-contained in the rear hub. That's the motor there, guys. So aside from that, the battery does come out, and you have to turn the battery on here. You got a lock that will actually release the battery right out, so you can take that wherever you go. Nice heavy duty rack right here. And any other thoughts or suggestions?
I just think if you are looking for a bike, you're on the right path to, working towards a goal, and any bike's better than no bike. So get out there and ride and have a lot of fun with these. These Adventures are a great bike to have a lot of fun with. There's no place you can't go on this thing. So and if you need any help from me, come on down to Bert's Bikes. I'd be happy to help you guys out.
And you're based in the Orchard Park location.
I'm at the Orchard Park location. I live here at this point, so if you come here, you'll probably see me.
Thank you, Jim.
Okay, so there we are, guys. We're at Bert's Bikes. I appreciate Jim from Bert's Bikes Orchard Park location for taking the time after helping me decide what bike to go with and to answer a few questions for us. Now, just to touch base, the actual bike we're getting is the Aventon Adventure 2 Step Through in blue. That's right. This blue it just looks amazing here. Wanted to go with a little bit of change. I've ridden some, I tend to do a lot of dark colors, to be honest. I mean, you guys always see me in black or gray t-shirts. A little bit more color, a little bit more Dave's Dimension, if you will. So yeah, we went with this one. This one retails for $18.99, both through the Aventon website and also through Bert's Bikes at their location. But yeah, I'm really excited for this. There's so much in here I want to go over with you guys. You guys saw that there's turn signals, there's brake lights on there. The e-assist is amazing. I don't know how much I'll actually use that, just for, going up steep bridges and hills. Outside of that, I just plan on doing regular bike riding on the bike itself. But this kind of a bike is a game changer for a lot of heavier people who have maybe some physical holdbacks. Maybe you're someone who maybe you had a stroke and you can't, move like you used to. Maybe you've had a physical injury, whatever your case, pulmonary, respiratory, whatever your issues are, a bike like this can really bring you back. It could bring you back into the fold, get you back out there with your friends, your family, your loved ones. It can really make a world of difference. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this video. One, there's really not a whole lot of people, anyone above 300. Very rarely will I come across a review of someone who's above 300 pounds on any kind of bike. And that's why I wanted to do this. I'm a big guy. And hey, if I'm having these issues, other people are going to have these issues too. So that's why this video was made. And I can't thank Jim from Orchard Park, Bert's Bikes location. He was tremendous. Some of the key points that he pushed during the, before we did the video interview with him was, I was looking at bikes myself, and he said, I said, what's a good seat you might recommend? He says, honestly, stick with your stock items. He wasn't trying to push me on anything. He wasn't saying, oh, you need this, you need this, you need this, you need this. He said, if you want this bike, we'll get you the bike, we'll get it assembled, we'll fit it to you, and you tell me. Take it for a ride, come back in a couple, maybe a week or so. Tell me, do you want to go with a different seat? Let's take a look at why this seat wasn't working for you, and then we can take a look at what you need. If the pedals can be changed out at a later point in time. As far as accessories, check the stock bike out first. Give it a little while and see what works and what doesn't work. I love that. That was refreshing. He was very relatable, and I wish every shopping experience was that way. He was a cool guy. My wife was looking at a few bikes, and he said, well, honestly, for your husband, I'm recommending the Aventon based on this A, B, C, and D. Now, for you have different needs or different qualities that you're looking for in a bike. I would actually recommend G, H, and I. So, every person's going to be different. Not everyone's going to be meant for an Aventon. However, for me, it seems like the best approach for me to go with is going to be the Aventon. And you guys, this journey is not over yet. One, we still have yet to get the bike. Two, excuse me. Two, we still have yet to go for the official ride. I'm going to bring you guys along with a person who is a first-time e-bike owner, what kind of differences are we looking at? I did a quick little test ride there. I did two laps in the store, one on just regular pedaling. And my biggest concern with e-bikes were the heavier weights. Is it going to be harder to pedal? It wasn't. It wasn't. It was flawless. Now, I went a second time with the Eco Assist, which is their pedal assist level 1. And man, I felt the push on that just on level assistance 1. So definitely, this bike is going to be able to tackle hills and bridges. I mean, just based on that, just maybe 5 minutes experience right there. I cannot wait to get this bike and to take you guys on the bike riding journey. So hopefully, like in about another 2 weeks. It's March 25th right now, so we're probably looking about maybe the end of the first week in April, maybe the second week in April, depending on how quickly they can get the bike in and assembled. And of course, I have to finish paying it off. But once we do that, that means April and May most of June. So about 2.5 months I have to train to get ready for the ride for Roswell. Can I do it? Yeah, I can. I mean, come on. This is Dave's Dimension, the channel where chaos and insanity will always reign supreme. So, of course, we're not going to let something like that stop us. Also, guys, speaking of the ride for Roswell, we got the little link, the little icon right up there. The Ride for Roswell is the annual bike riding fundraising event for Roswell Park Comprehensive Cancer Institute. This is my 3rd year, guys. I'm pushing for 44 miles. I want to bring you guys along with me for the ride so you can see just, what this is. I've never done an international bike ride before. This is new. This is going to be new for me. It's going to be very interesting. We're going to see what we can do. We're still on the road to raising money. We have the Stream for the Cure happening at the end of April, so I can focus directly in the month of May for training. We're going to have an 8-hour live stream where we're going to be doing elimination wheel prizes. We're going to do 8 separate elimination wheels, and I'm hoping you guys will come out and help donate. Details for that is in the video description below. There's a link to a video for the Stream for the Cure announcement. Follow that video, just watch that video, and it's going to give you all the details you're going to need to be a part of Stream for the Cure, which is going to be an open stream. But guys, I want to thank Jim from Bert's Bikes, and also want to thank you guys for coming along this journey. And guys, never let anything hold you back. If you put your mind to it, you can achieve anything. So guys, until next time, this is Dave from Dave's Dimension saying keep on busting, and I will always catch you on the flip side. Take care.